The word remix, when it comes to music, has kind of changed its definition over the years. There's what used to be different actual mixes of songs, and then eventually it became pretty much if you just throw like a dance beat under something, that's considered a remix. But today on the channel, I'm going to talk about 5 great remixes that you've probably never heard, coming right up. Hey, it's Russ from the Infectious Groove podcast and YouTube channel. And like I said in the intro, remix, the definition for the word has changed quite a bit over the years. But using my own definition, or actually the type of remixes that I like, I'm going to share 5 remixes that I think most people haven't heard that you should definitely check out. Now, this, like I say, is not they just put a dance beat under it or up the beats per minute and call it a remix. To me, this is like something that makes the song completely different on many different ways. The first one that I'm going to share, a very well-known song that I'm not in any way saying is better than the original version, but there is a remix of Rehab by M.I.A, which everything about it is the same. Like if you go to put this remix on, you're going to be like, why did he say this is different? But there's a verse from Jay-Z in the middle of it, which is absolutely fantastic. And I would think that most people who are Amy Winehouse fans are probably also fans of hip-hop or rap, especially with the current generation. Like I think it's something that people listen to, all of those types of things. So I don't think that the rap ruins the song at all. But Jay-Z's verse, it just adds something special to the song. And I don't think most people that know Rehab by Amy Winehouse have ever heard that Jay-Z remix. The next one is one that changes the song, the original songs, in such a subtle way, but in my opinion, improves it every way. Like every time I listen to this song, this is the version that I listen to instead of the original version of it, and that's Close to Me by The Cure. Now, The Cure has a record called All Mixed Up that is entirely made up of remixes. Some are better than others, like the Fascination Street on there is more or less just like an extended remix of the original song, but Close to Me takes that hard beat and slightly jazzy feel of the original track and makes the beat a little bit more loose and way ramps up the jazzy feel of the song. And like I said, for me, every time I hear Close to Me by The Cure, it's the version from the album All Mixed Up that I want to hear. The next one is another one that is already a rap song, but has a remix out of it with 2 extra verses that I don't think most people even have ever heard or think of. And that's the song Paper Planes by M.I.A. But there's a version of it that, again, this is like Rehab by Jay-Z and Amy Winehouse, where if you start the remix, you're going to wonder why it is that I'm saying this is a remix, because it sounds exactly the same at the beginning. But then in the middle, Bun B and Rich Boy drop 2 verses that are not in the original version of Paper Planes. You can find this on M.I.A. has a remix suite that's available on streaming and everything called the Homeland Security Remixes. And you want to look for the Diplo remix of Paper Planes. Again, when you start it, you're going to say, oh, this is exactly the same song. But when Bun B and Rich Boy come into that song, you will know why I recommended it. This next one is kind of in a way, similar to The Cure remix, and that is there is an extended version of Big Love by Fleetwood Mac that a lot of times in the 80s when people did extended remixes, they would literally just copy and paste the intro or maybe like the bridge or a solo of a song and call it extended. So your intro would be like, you know, a minute and a half long of just the instrumental before the lyric came in. That is not what happens with the extended version of Big Love. And I love the original song, but this is just like that Cure remix where it way leads into the more, it's like a more laid back version, even some Caribbean aspects in it. It's just completely changes the song for me. And I don't have a preference. I would listen to either version, but I think almost nobody has listened to that extended version of Big Love, and it's definitely something everybody should check out. The last one that I have is I'm going to cheat here and recommend a whole album of remixes that everything I'm about to say is going to sound like sacrilege. I understand that, but I promise it's true. there is an album available called Motown Remixed. And this was, as far as I'm aware, the one and only time that anybody was allowed access to the original master tapes from Hitsville, USA, and allowed to make remixes of songs. And there are some cuts on here that are the, we're just going to throw in the dance beat and call it good. But then there's other songs like Let's Get It On, I Want You Back, ABC, Signed, Sealed, Delivered, Tears of a Clown, that completely change the feel of the original song. And they're produced in such a way that the original vocals stand out and aren't clashing with the newer production. And this is probably the most sacrilegious thing I've said thus far on the channel, but much like Close to Me by The Cure, the version of Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye that's on the Motown Remixed album, I would rather hear that before the original version of Let's Get It On. And I think it's stunningly good. So if nothing else, go to the streaming service, look up Motown Remixed, Let's Get It On, play that, and see if you agree with me. What are some remixes that you love? We always love the comment section below, so make sure you leave some comments below and let us know some remixes that you love. I love to have the interaction. If you get a chance, make sure to drop a like on the video because that helps out. And as we always say in these videos, thank you so much for watching.